Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison and today we'll be looking at what's happening in the markets, specifically just the kind of financial side. It's not the kind of news stories or anything, so it's just the kind of financial side. Now, I might not be doing a news video today because we've still got the workers in for the kitchen. They're coming in early this morning and there'll be a lot of noise, so I'm not going to be able to record videos, etc. But they're not in just now, so we're all good. I might try and get one in before I go because I'm away for the weekend as well. So lots happening just now. I'm just going to see if we're in, if I've got anybody watching. I've got a few people in just now, so we'll just jump over to the chat area. And the chat, got a couple of people coming out. I know there's more in the chat. That's just coming up just now. Okay, we have Mike Witherford is in, Rob Fiddler is in, Nikki Sheldrake, Debbie Claydon, Crypto Don Wan, Donny Don Matthew is in, Marcus Jafari, John Russell, Benton Taylor, Deb Vin, one of our brilliant admins is in, Chapoli, CCAM is in the house. I don't think I've seen you before, so it's good to have you here. High Plains Drifter is in, Gordy Boy is in, morning Facebook fans, King 1969, and B is in the house as well. Now, I don't know if... Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. So if you're watching just now, just drop a comment just to say hi if you're watching at the moment. Hey Steve, I'm always here, just don't always comment. That's cool, Stormkeeper. That's cool. It's just to give a shout out to you because I like to kind of acknowledge everybody that watches this because this is about the crypto community. Right, one wee second, I'm getting lots of... I don't know if this is right or not. I'm just coming off the screen. I don't know if there's something wrong. No, it's not. I thought it was messages because there was something wrong, but it's not. It just Telegram has gone off and I don't know why. Oh, it's a Deb. Are you putting news stories in? Is that what it is? I think it is. Right, one wee sec. I'll just jump back. I thought there was something wrong, but there's not. Right, okay, we're back again. Okay, Stormkeeper said okay, and Ferris Alcacid is in the house as well. Okay, so we'll jump over to the markets just now. What's happening in the markets? Okay, so I said yesterday I thought Bitcoin was going to go up the way. A lot of people still think it's going to fall, and it still might. I think it's going to go for 9,000 over the weekend. I think we're going to have one of those kind of strange weekends where Bitcoin is meant to go down, but actually goes up. Bitcoin is sitting at $7,967 just now, aggregated price. We have an overall market capitalization of 254 billion, coming up for 255, which is good. And we've got a Bitcoin dominance of 55.5%. So it's come down ever so slightly. We've seen XRP jump up yesterday. Is this the kind of smoke? There's no fire yet, but there is smoke there. So we'll need to wait and see what happens with XRP. If it could the stories be true about MoneyGram? I don't know if it's true about MoneyGram, but there's something brewing with XRP. Something big is coming for XRP. We just don't know what it is yet. I don't think it's to do with the rumours that are kind of flying about. There's a few rumours flying about. So we need to wait and see. But something big is coming for XRP, unless it's just a pump and dump. It could be a pump and dump for XRP. I don't think so. I've been saying for ages, so has loads of other people, right enough, that something's brewing with XRP. It's coming. It's coming very, very soon. And I think it is as well. Who is the winners and losers? Bitcoin 2. Don't know what's going on there. So Bitcoin 2, this is a kind of fork of Bitcoin, obviously. That's jumped up 347% over the last 24 hours. But it's actually jumped up more. I think it's 600 odd percent over the last week or so. I'm just going to look at it. Yeah, it jumped up 451. It was at 115. Was it 38 cents? So it's jumped up much more than that. So 10, basically $26 it jumped to. Right, we just go to the 1 month chart. It's jumped a hell of a lot. Bitcoin to ROI, 5,273%. Yeesh, and it's just came on. So I don't know what's going on there. Social. So to motivate Bitcoin 2 traders to trade on Escodex to instead of CREX24, they reduced their trading fee. That's on May the 6th. March. So it's not just came out, it's just been listed on CoinMarketCap, that's what it is. So it's been out for a while, I was going to say. It's just been listed, right. It can't be the CoinMarket effect, surely. Or CoinMarketCap.com effect. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if anybody else knows about that either. Oh, we're back in this. So that was the highest. Ardor has just jumped up over the last couple of hours, up 39%. Status is up 19%. Hypercash, Tezos, Metaverse, and Zilliqa all in double-digit greens. In the reds, we have Maximind Coin, Solve, that was up big time as well. MadeSafe Coin, Aurora, all in double-digit reds. And so we've got about 15% in the red and 85% in the green just now. With crypto bubbles, all green. It's all green. Well, it's not all green. A lot of it's green. I think over the last day, if we look at the daily, that's the Bitcoin 2, 345%, Ardor 56%, SNT 21%, HC, Hypercash up 18%. So a lot of it's green, and green over the last hour as well. So predominantly green. And Ardor's really going for it. I don't know what's going on at Ardor just now. Where I just showed my hand there. So I don't know what's going on at Ardor. There must be some kind of news there. But it's up over 50, 60% really. Coming up for 60%. SNT, I think I called that actually. Did I call SNT? I'm just going to see if I called that. Find SNT. No, but did I call it in May? SNT I did, I called it at the end of May, so it's still in play. 349 I called it at. 370 it went highest. What's the highest it's went to? 420. 420. So that's a 20% gain. So that was a good one. That was a nice call. That's in the premium group. Okay, so that is the markets just now. We'll have a look at the overall kind of markets and see what's happening. We've now got 2,224 cryptocurrencies and got, yeah, that's been 3 added since then. So we'll look at the volume over 100k. It just takes a wee while. I wanted to talk about something, somebody mentioned this when I talked about this yesterday or the day before. I can't remember exactly when I spoke about it. It was about the new coins coming up and how the kind of older coins were going to disappear unless they'd done some rebranding. I still think that's true, and I wanted to talk more about that as well, but we'll look at this first. So Thornext is up 166%, 115,000 volume. XYO up 55%, Themis 45%. And if we look at Webcoin, it's up 45% as well. 1.4 million volume, and it's only got a market cap of 197,000. Lichen is up 30% again, 2.4 million market cap. Message is up 27%. Let's look at Spectrum, up 22%. I'm sure I looked at that and it didn't look, I don't know why I discounted that. It's just because there's so many projects out there. Oh, I'm clicking on that. LTO network, that looks really good actually, 5.5 million. Veracity as well, 2.2 million, that looks good as well, so big volumes coming in. Okay, so that's the overall cryptocurrency market with 2,224. Now, I think what's going to happen here with a lot of these coins, a lot of the 2,224, they're just going to disappear. They're just going to dissipate and just go off into the ether. I think of these coins are just, they're kind of tradable. You'll still be able to trade them, but that's all you're going to be able to do with them. The projects are not really kind of being worked on. The development team are not really there. There's been a loss of interest in them. And a lot of these older coins that have been around for a while, I think they're just going to kind of dissipate into that group unless they kind of rebrand. Because, and this is a psychology thing as well, if we think about it, if we think about the new IEOs that are coming out just now, Seller, Kinematic, BTT, One, for example, just those ones kind of coming out, they're kind of sexier, they've got kind of new teams coming in, they're doing something bigger, and these are coming onto the market because the marketplace has changed so much, or the space has changed so much, the technology has changed so much as well. And so these new projects that are coming out, that's where all the attention is going to be focused. Because they're new, because it's the technology has changed, a lot of people feel, well, they must be up to date. If they've got a big development team and they've got the backing behind them, they've got the backing of Binance, for example, or the backing of KuCoin or the other exchanges, there must be something big with them. They must be kind of sexier, if you will. That's the wrong word for it in this space. But in the older projects that still might be doing good work, I think people are just going to lose interest and they're going to disappear. So you're going to have something like a top 100, a top 200, or a top 300. And it's going to be something like that, like the FTSE 100. You've got the FTSE 100, then you've got the 250, the FTSE 250 after that. So I think we're going to have something like that in the crypto space over the coming year or two. And I think that's the right way. I think that's going to be good. So just now is a prime time to kind of trade and get in on these coins that are kind of just shooting up and going for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% rises, or even the new IEOs, kind of 100% rises, and kind of trading them. That's where the attention is going to go. That's where the money is going to go. We've seen it on Binance as well. If we look at Binance just now and look at the volume on some of these projects. So I do. Now, Binance is one of the biggest exchanges in the world. It is the biggest exchange in the world. And it's 9 Bitcoin worth of volume. BNT, which is a banker, 11 Bitcoin worth of volume. Fun, 12. And if you look at the highest, BNB obviously 1, XRP Ethereum, which you'd expect, Matic, LTC, Link, ABC, ZIL, EOS, Fetch, QKC, ADA, TRX, Seller. A lot of the newer ones there. Obviously TRX, the bigger ones as well, the kind of top 10s and the top 20s, they're going to be still high. But I'm talking about the other projects. So I'd love to know your thoughts on that. I just think that's the way we're going just now. A lot of the projects, like, they've been around for years, like PivX. PivX, really good project, really good team. The volume, 54 Bitcoin. It's just, people just forgetting about them and thinking they're old technology, but they're not. Or they're working on old technology, but they're not. They're still doing great things. So I think this is where we have to, or the projects have to look at rebranding and just make it look relevant and new again. And I think that's what a lot of projects need to do if they want to stay relevant, providing they have the money and they have the team still there in place and they still got the passion that they had started with as well. So it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on that. Just something I wanted to share today. I seen something that kind of mimicked, it didn't mimic what I was kind of thinking or said the other day, but just I spoke about, was it Josh Rager? Can't remember if it's Josh Rager that said it. Right, yeah, he's saying, well, he calls it a dead asset coin. So Josh Rager is saying it's a dead asset coin. It's an asset backed by a company that's done little to produce since 2017, 2018. Most have a community of hodlers who bought the top. Many won't reach their all-time high again as money will flow out of these and into Bitcoin and new tech assets. And he's given a couple of examples because somebody asked him, who would you view as a great example of this? So he's saying Steam, ETP, SNT, which has just jumped up 20%, RDD, ETN, CVC, Pay, and Dragon Chain. Would argue ICX has been unimpressive and one chain fell at the top 30 to over 100. So that's Josh Rager. Kind of a lot of people follow him on Twitter as well, 39,000 followers. And a lot of people listen to him as well. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. And that's what I was talking about the other day. And when I seen this, I thought that's just exactly, but he's given it a name and he's calling it dead asset coins. So quite interesting to read that. I'll put a link up to that as well. There's just saying something else. People holding them, whoever's left. My Coinbase is only USA. That's not that one. It's a dead coin. So it's saying OCN is a dead coin. So it's just straight to the point. XVG, somebody's saying is a dead coin as well. I'm not saying you should listen to this person, but it's just kind of confirmed what I was thinking as well about these kind of long-term standing coins and projects, that they need to do some kind. I think they need to do some kind of rebranding, and I think it's just a good thing to do. Anyway, it's like, and this is the only kind of analogy I can think of, like Madonna has stayed relevant because she's rebranded herself every kind of 3 or 4 years. That's the first thing that came to my head there. I know it's not a brilliant example, we're in crypto, but I'm just thinking if we kind of play that, that's just a crap example, but you get what I mean, the analogy. So Madonna's just reinvented herself every 2-3 years, and that's why she stayed relevant for the last 30 years, 40 years. That's why she's not as relevant today, but 40 years is a good, because she's rebranded herself every time. This is what projects need to do. Antshare's done it. Antshare's rebranded to Neo. Look what happened with them. Kind of jumped up from 7 cents all the way up to $200. And I think they're going to have to do something similar again. I don't know if Neo could rebrand again, actually, but I think a lot of the projects could. So it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on that. Who else is in? G-Slick is in the house. Mitch Dieter, Dirty Fergie, Manny Kuma is in. Kamau, sorry. Trojan Fan 848 is in. Hope you're right about XRP. Sorry, I've been saying it for ages, so I'm going to have egg on my face if I'm not, but I genuinely believe it's going to go up anyway. I'm just kind of holding just now. Sometimes I'm jumping out, getting into a quick trade for maybe 5-10%, then getting back in to get more XRP. But that's a dangerous strategy. It's not a good strategy. CB Norwood is in the house. Donny Don Matthew, second time this week. Dreamt Dent is 67. The other dream was 78 sats, which means something is brewing. So if we could be touching June 2018 Dent prices, that'll be good, Donny Don. We'll just have a look at some of these as well. Adeb Vin, what's your thoughts on Zell? Looking good, and mainnet launch in 3 days. Could be a hype pump this weekend. It could be just before, so just be careful. When it does get launched, then obviously there's usually a sell-off, but just be careful with it as well. Zell's gone up quite a bit as well. We'll just have a wee look at that, Adeb. Honest Crypto Journey is in the house. Doug Anton, enjoy your show, Steve. In your opinion, what are the projects rival the magnitude of what Cardano is trying to do? Thanks. Apologies if you answered this and I didn't hear the response yesterday. No, I didn't see it, Doug. The magnitude of what Cardano are doing, there's not many, to be honest. Cardano, I would just be accumulating just now because of what they're doing. And I think they could be absolutely huge. So obviously, you're looking at the kind of other rivals. I don't know if I would put EOS, Ethereum in the same kind of. I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult to say any other ones that are kind of doing something similar. So I'd put Cardano as kind of own bracket, but I think they are going to be huge, and I think this is why you should be kind of accumulating. But yeah, rival the magnitude of what kind of Cardano is trying to do. No, I just think they're kind of a unique project, but they're doing it in a slow, methodical way as well, which seems to be the way of Charles Hoskinson. Sean Dubs, morning everyone. Olo Bramblebert is in the house. Welcome to you as well. Okay, we'll look at the Bitcoin chart, see what's going to happen or see what is happening just now. So this is on a 4-hour chart. $7,939. So it did get down to 7,400. Touched that a couple of times, 7,450. It's touched that a couple of times now. And then bounced back off that line. So if we see here, and just go down a wee bit. Round about there. It's kind of touched that here, bounced back up. Came down, touched it, bounced back up, touched it, bounced back up. So 7,450 looks to be some kind of support line there. I don't know why. There's no historical kind of support there. But 7,450 seems to be a kind of stopping point as well. or a support line. So 7,944, it did get up to 8,020 at one point, and we'll just see when that was. That was just this hour. So it was from 809, so it did jump up to that. So it's hit that and come back down. 8,000 is obviously going to be a psychological barrier, most definitely. So if we can get cut through that, so this is going to be a psychological barrier here. So it might be that trades between 7,450 and 8,000, but I just think it's going to go up to 9,000. So I think we're coming up to here, probably here, 9,000 over the weekend. Might be totally and utterly wrong, but I just think something big is coming for the weekend, and not just with BTC, So I think it's going to be one of those weekends where it's just going to kind of shoot up. Everybody's expecting it to go down, or most people, not everybody, I can't say everybody, but most people are expecting it to go down, and that's just looking at social chat. So obviously I can't confirm that for definite, but I'd say most people think it's going to go down. I think it's going to go up and touch 9,000, which is a bit silly to say because I could just say nothing and just say, okay, we could go either way, but I'm just going to say that's what I think is going to happen. Okay, XRP is jumping up, has come back down again. So it did get to 5,541, but it's come back down to 5,292. We're still not quite crossed over on the daily yet. There's 70 EMA crossing over the 50 EMA, but it could do in a couple of days if it keeps going the way it's going. But we said that a couple of days ago, or I said that a couple of days ago. So, is it a case of there's no smoke without fire? Are they going to release kind of some news on Monday or over the weekend or next week sometime? There's a lot of rumours kind of flying about kind of MoneyGram and American Express and other rumours as well, which seem to me, I don't see how they could be true. With MoneyGram, it's a publicly traded company, so I don't see how they could actually do that. I don't see how that would work. And kind of XRP are kind of back end and not a front end kind of company, so to speak, or Ripple. So I don't know, but there's something coming. There's something coming for XRP, and I don't know what it's going to be, but there's something brewing. This could just be a pump and dump, and a quick pump and dump. It wasn't even a huge jump. It was what, 10%? What did I get to? 9%. So it wasn't as if it was a huge kind of pump and dump, or a huge pump. Max 10%. So I don't know. There's no news come out. Nothing's been released yet. But if it comes out and something is something big, then obviously you can shoot to the moon, go for 50, 100%, even higher. And we'll have to look at that as well. So the last time I'd done it, 18th of September, came out of the blue and just kind of shot up 180%. And I'd done it back in 2017, came out of nowhere and shot up, what, 1,000%? 1,300%. So it has got a history of just shooting up out of the blue. That's why I'm saying it's better to hold it than not to hold it if you're kind of big on XRP. For trading, it's different altogether. Very interesting to hear your thoughts on that as well. B is saying, not sure about MoneyGram, loads of rumours flying around with XRP. Amazon was the latest one. Yeah, there are loads of rumours, but there might be something. I just don't know if it's the same with MoneyGram or Amazon or anything like that. Morning. Oh, Mervyn Skidmore just discovered it's Friday. Thought it was Saturday. Oh dear. Oh, is that a good thing or a bad thing? If you're going to work, obviously it's not a good thing if you thought it was Saturday. I like it the other way about, where you think it's Friday and it's actually Saturday, or I used to like it, but every day is the weekend for me because I'm working for myself. I love it, totally love it. Anyway, Olo Bramblebur had a little chat with Crypto Bitcoin Chris tonight. A lot of respect for you, says hello. Brilliant. I think Crypto Bitcoin Chris, or Crypto Revolution as his channel is known now, is brilliant. He's one of the good guys out there, one of the genuine good guys out there, and I've got a lot of respect for Chris as well. So a big hello back to you, Chris, if you're watching. Peter Van Den Wright is in. Hey guys. Sean Dubbs, hey Steve, could you take a look at One and Matic? I've been really bullish on the new IEOs and think they can go way further than they are today. So do I. So do I, big time. So we can take a look at them. What else was I going to talk about? There's something else I was going to talk about. Oh, the Bitrue exchange, that was it. I knew there was something. So I just discovered this recently. It's the Bitrue exchange. We'll just go home. And this is a new exchange. Unfortunately, I think the actual token sale is over. Bitrue, yeah. So the BTR, the 150 million BTR allocated for pre-sale and public sale, both being sold out, thereby ending the sales of BTR token. Thanks to everyone who joined. This is what I liked. If you look at some of this, it kind of reminds me of CZ a wee bit. For those whose pre-sale orders were not selected by the lottery system, so they had a lottery system, we have refunded your paid cryptocurrencies and the 0.02% daily interest on them to your Bitrue accounts. So they didn't have to do that. So basically what they've done is they've said to people, okay, give us your money just now and we'll put you into lottery. If you don't get it, we'll give you your money back plus 0.02% interest, daily interest. Now it's not much, but it is something, and a lot of them people would not do that. So that was one of the first things I looked at, and I thought that kind of has been the genuineness, like, and the authenticity they look for in kind of projects as well. It just reminds me of CZ. So we'll be open for trading on June the 30th. So I think this could actually be quite big. But the other thing I really like to look at and look of as well is Power Piggy. So you go to Power Piggy, they're all sold out just now. But what you do, you can hold, say for example, XRP, Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, stable coins, TRX, HOT, and VET. If you hold them in the exchange, if you're a long-term hodler and you're just holding them in a cold storage wallet, for example, what you can do here, you can put them on the exchange and you kind of hold them and you get 7.3% annual interest on them. But what they do here, they don't hold your tokens on the exchange. They hold it in a cold wallet for security reasons. And then if you want to get out, obviously you can get access to them as well. So it's the actual exchange. However, holding it on the exchange is just not a good idea, I'd say, or because they've got the keys to your crypto. So, but if you're kind of hodling anyway, like, because I thought XRP, you're getting daily interest. So if you had, I don't know, 10,000 XRP, you're getting 2 XRP every single day, which is not a lot, but it's basically staking. That's kind of what it is. But they're big on security here. However, I've not used them. I've just kind of discovered them. But from what I've seen so far, it just looks like a really good exchange. I've got a link down below this video as well, if you want to check it out. It's an affiliate link, and I'll get 25% off trading fees or something if you sign up through my link. So it's not going to be that much, but I'll check it out anyway. And there's other things kind of as well. So the Power Piggy looked really good. And they've got competitions going on all the time as well. They've got the credit card purchase launch. They've just done that as well. They've got a raffle. I thought this was kind of genius actually. So you can go into the raffle and there's a prize pool of 240,000 Ripple every single day, and you can kind of buy your tickets. I don't know, 12 XRP, somebody's won 12, so it's not that much, but there's obviously thousands of people winning this, and you can go in for the lottery draw as well, which is, I think it costs 1 XRP or something. So that was another thing as well. So it just looks like a good exchange. If you go to the exchange itself, it looks like any ordinary exchange, to be honest. I don't know what the liquidity is like and the volume. We'll just go to BTC, and they've got XRP as a base as well. So they've got BTC, XRP, USDT, and Ethereum as bases, and XRP have got all the trading pairs there as well. So from that point of view, it's good. And Zap is up 17%. Don't know about Zap. The trading volume, 144,000 Zap. So I don't know what that's. BTC, 410%. With that, 54 NKN. So I don't know what the liquidity is like. I need to check that out, but I'll check it out. It does look like a good exchange, and it could be big. So I'm just thinking, I'm always kind of looking for the next kind of exchange. That's why I was looking at Nash, the next exchange or the next token, and looking at Nash for that as well. And I've kind of recommended that as well, but the sign up. So looking for the kind of next Binance, because the exchanges are making money. And that's what we have to think about. If the exchanges are making money, obviously they can pour more money into kind of advertising for marketing and things like that, if they're doing it in a genuine, authentic way. Like I think Changpeng Zhao is doing brilliant, and I think Bitrue will probably have IEOs as well. I think with Power Piggy, I think that could be really good for them as well. So there's got a lot of things going for them. I'm going to have to do a deeper dive on it and actually start using it as well and just seeing what the user experience is. But I would check it out. Bitrue looks to be a good kind of exchange. And this was the other thing I wanted to talk about as well. Right, in Telegram, if you're a member of any Telegram groups, this is, and I want to thank Jem Garzaro for this, one of our premium members in the group. He kind of posted something. I'm going to try and show you here where it was. So he posted something here. Like in your privacy and security settings in Telegram, with the new update in Telegram, it might show your phone number to everybody. And I got a message from Jimbo, one of our brown admins. He said your phone number is actually shown as your contact instead of CYT-Crypto. So we've changed that now. So in your privacy and security settings, go to look at phone number and say it's going to show to all your contacts, or it'll show to your contacts. Change that to nobody. Where it says who can see your phone number, just put nobody. And there's no chance of kind of somebody sim jacking your phone. We spoke about sim jacking yesterday. It's becoming more prevalent just now. So there seems to be a bug in Telegram. So again, thank you to Jem Garzaro for that. I really appreciate that. And thanks for Kim for highlighting it this morning, one of our brilliant admins. When I first got up this morning, I seen a message from it as well and said you might want to kind of check this out as well. So if you're a member of a Telegram group, or if you're a member on Telegram, which you probably will be, crypto people use the kind of Telegram channel. So just check that. Go into your privacy settings, privacy and security, go to phone number, and who can see your phone number, just change it to nobody can see your phone number. Because we don't really need it, to be honest. We have to share a phone number sometimes with kind of closer people to us, but just change it to nobody just for security sake. Now, they might need other details, but again, just for security, just change it anyway. That's what I would do. So again, thank you to Jem for that, and Kim for highlighting it. Right, go back to chat. Right, could you take a look at one in Matic? Okay. Oh, there's Bitcoin going up again. It's going to try and hit that 8,000 again. One new sec. Is it going to jump up while we're watching? That's moving up. Come on, Bitcoin. Like watching a race of the horses. Right, it's going for it. It's going for it just now. Just see what happens. We're going to get 7980. Just looking at the bottom here, if anybody wonders where I'm kind of watching. 7977. That's not 7978. Come on. Nah. We'll go back to it. Right. So we're looking at Matic. I think these are going to jump up actually again. I was speaking to Kukla this morning, and I think she jumped back into one of them. Avatar said it could come down to the 70 EMA and bounce off it. And it did exactly that. Okay, so that's on the daily. So we want to look at on the kind of smaller time frame so we can get an entry point. So it did, this is on the hourly. Probably better looking at, if you're looking to trade, probably better looking at the 15-minute and see what's happening there. Okay, so Matic, this is Matic 1. It did get up to 323, came down on the 15-minute at 306, so that would have been a selling point there. And it came back up at 298, wouldn't have been that much. This is on the 15-minute. And 311, so it's come back down again, 298. So it's kind of tricky because it's in and out in the 15-minute one just now. Just look at the hourly. And this is where it becomes difficult to trade or to get an entry point if you're not in it already. So on this, it crossed over on the hourly at 237, and you'd still be in on the hourly. So you could have had a good profit there of 36%, or if you're in it still just now, 296 or 25%. So if the 70 EMA crosses down over the 50 EMA, then that would be us saying, okay, time to get out. But it could just bounce off the 50 EMA, 291, and then get back in. So remember to take your profits on the way up, or at least move your stop loss on the way up as well. And move your stop loss up, and at 5, 10, use 10% as an example. 10% from 323 would be 290. That's maybe too big. So you might want to use the 5% actually. Just use a 5% stop loss, which is what I normally recommend. And just put your stop loss up 5%. Would you have kind of got stopped out a couple of times on the way up? You would have, yeah. You just have to remember that wiggle room. But it could bounce from here. It's looking as if it is going to kind of bounce. I think eyes are going to be on Matic and Seller and one BTT again. One BTC, same thing. 396 kind of went up to, came down to 314. We'll go to the 4 hourly. That's not good. I just have to check on the 1 hourly. So crossed over at 255. You could have got out with a 54% if you got out at the top. But it's come down to as low as 315 and kind of jump back in, but it didn't actually cross down over. So it could bounce from here at 342. It did come up a wee bit this morning to 357. So yeah, I think there's going to be eyes on them again. If you look at the market capitalization, it's come down just a wee bit. So they're all about 50 million. So Matic, what is Matic just now? I think it's around about 45, 50 million. 51 million. We've got one. Harmony has not got a market capitalization there, but I think it's around about 50 million as well. And what's the other one? Seller. It's 51 million, so it's all exactly the same. Fetch is the only one that's not got the higher market capitalization, so that you could say it has got the most potential, and because it looks to be a great project as well. It's only 16 million market capitalization. I think this could actually go up. If you look at the total supply, 1.1 billion, and the circulating supply 81, well, it's only 81 million actually. That's very low. That's very low actually, 81 million. I wonder why it's that low. So I didn't actually notice that before, but still the market cap is 16 million just now. So I just wonder how they're going to release these tokens. That's what I'd be finding out first. So I've not really done research on Fetch. I've just been looking at the TA. So we'll look at Fetch just now for TA point of view. APT, BTC. So this is on the hourly. So you could have got in around about 2,180, 30% increase, but if you were still in the game, you'd be on 70% increase just now. If you just used the crossovers, if that's all you used. So it looks as if it's got the most potential there, but I'd find out why, because what is that about? That's only about 7%. I don't know if that's right. There's only about 7% circulating supply of the total supply. I can't, because that's extremely low. I wouldn't like it, and to be that low, I'd need to find out why they were doing it that way. Seller, let's look at Seller as well while we're here. And these were the ones I'm talking about, the sexy coins, and because they're new and there seem to be a new kind of the technology is going to be newer, or the development team are going to be working on the technology. The way projects have come out now from the ICO stages, I think ICO, a lot of people distrusted the ICOs and they just thought, okay, they're just there to make money, and a lot of ICOs they were just money grabbing and there's no substance behind them. The new kind of wave of IEOs and projects that are coming out, especially with the Binance backing, because Binance have to vet them as well. So essentially they've vetted them before we can get a chance to even kind of vet them ourselves. But that is good. That's a good thing, because they're essentially saying, okay, we think this is good enough. we think is going to be good. The project's good, the technology is good, the team behind it's good as well, the tokenomics, the use case, everything is good. So we don't have to do the hard work. We can invest in them and then kind of do the research, knowing that's kind of going to go up in the meantime, and then we can decide for ourselves, if that makes sense. So the newer kind of IEOs, the sexier IEOs that are coming out just now, have all been almost vetted beforehand, because we've learned from all the shit that went on with the ICOs, and we've learned to kind of do our own research, and Binance are doing their research as well, and the other kind of exchanges are doing the research. This is why I think a lot of other coins are just going to dissipate into the ether. If they've still not got products after freaking 1 year or 2 years, they don't deserve to be here. And they don't deserve our attention. So we have to be careful. We're becoming more savvy now as well. So this is why we have to pay attention to the likes of Stellar, Matic, One, all the other kind of IEOs that have come out as well. So Stellar's gone down actually. It's 233. It's crossed down over for the first time since, well, the 2nd of June, 5 days ago. And this is on the hourly though. And this will have a longer history, so we can look at it on the 4 hourly. So it looks good on the 4 hourly, crossed over to 172. If you could have been up for a 50% profit. But I think over the long term, or this year, you're going to see these jumping up to 250 million market capitalization, 500 million market capitalization, which is 4, 5, 6, 10x from here. So I think Matic for me is the most promising one. I'll just need to find out more about this coding, what people are talking about, or CYT-Crypto and other people are kind of talking about as well, the coding for it. Harmony One seems to have good coding. Everybody seems to agree on that as well. So one might be a good one for the long term as well, for a 5xer or a 10xer. But it's just being prepared and being disciplined enough to hold as well. Or you can trade them in and out, just using the 15-minute charts and the 1 hour charts. So I hope that helps. Sean, Gordy Boys, Steve, how much cash is it taken to get the coins you mentioned pumping? Big percentages like the Bitcoin 2. Goodness knows. So Bitcoin 2. Oh. 361,000. That's not that much at all. That's over the last 24 hours. So there's only 17 million circulating supply. It's not got saying what total supply is. Market cap is 81 million. It's obviously at number 84, but not that much. 361,000 volume. 7 days, 1 month. Now this is just over the course of 1 day. The volume 37,040. Not that much at all. 97,000 to get it to pump to $29. How the hell? How the hell is that? What market is it on? Craig's 24. We'll just have a look at the exchange. So some poor buggers kind of buying this at $29. So they're obviously not understanding the exchange, or it's just been purely kind of manipulated, obviously. But yeah, something dodgy and fishy about that, for sure. I definitely wouldn't be buying them or even looking at them, to be honest. Mike Smith, hello to you. John Graham, hi to you as well. And Donny Don Matthew, Adam from Digitex did a quick video giving the community some confidence that SmartDeck is working on the codes. Is coming on, sure made a difference to the price. How are they doing? I've not checked all the kind of smaller ones. Just now, go to chart. What time are we on? 9:16. We're good to go. So DGTX. So it's went up to 410 from 305. So it's jumped up about 33%. That'll give some confidence back to the investors as well, obviously. It wasn't at its all-time low. Its all-time low was about 81 or something. That's when it first came out. But it's very close. Seems to be support at 300 now, or 305. So onwards and upwards from here for Digitex, hopefully for the holders. Do you think XRP will move up? Hopefully. XRP BTC. Well, I do actually think it will. But we'll just see where it is just now. 5272 is coming down all the time. So we're on the 4 hourly. It's crossed over on the 4 hourly at 4,860. It's still kind of up on the 4 hourly. Daily, it's just not crossed over yet. It's just nearly crossing over. It's not quite crossed over yet. But yes, I do think it's going to cross over. And I think soon we're going to see the 20%, 30%, 50%, and then kind of 100%. So I do think there's definitely something brewing. And I'm just going to hold until it happens, unless it kind of shoots down. And then I'll get out, trade it, and then get more. That's kind of the game plan just now. But dangerous strategy, because you could be kind of out of the trade and it just kind of spikes suddenly. We'll look at Bitcoin. Has it gone up yet? Past yet? Yes, it has. 8,010. So it's gone over. Now we need to stay there. So 8,048 it did get up to just a couple of minutes ago. It's going to 15 minutes. So it needs to stay above that and come back down again. So it's just hitting that and coming back down. So if it doesn't get over the 8,000 and stays above the 8,000, then we might not see 9,000 over the weekend, like I was talking about. But it has gone up. It crossed over in the 15 minutes, 7695. You could have been up a good 4% on that. If you're kind of 10x leveraging, that's 40%. Not that I'm kind of doing that anymore. So we need it to stay above 8,000 if we are going to go higher. Obviously, it'd have to stay above 8,000 if it was going to continue going higher, but for a sustained move, it needs to stay above $8,000 for Bitcoin. I need to wait and see what happens there. Unfortunately, BAX has become a dead asset coin. Hate to admit it, but I think you're right. But I just hope. I think they're clutching on by the very kind of fingertips, just by the nails, the fingers. They're still holding on just now, but I hope they can kind of pull themselves up. CB Norwood, BTC, Rolling Stones of Crypto. Yeah, that's just never going to die. Crypto Knowledge Ryan, Jimbo, one of our brown admins, is in the house. Welcome to you. Bitcoin 2, the laziest title crypto ever. Yes, I hate these coins that kind of ride on the back of Bitcoin's fame. Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin 2. There's loads of kind of Bitcoins out there if we just take a look. Bitcoin Cash, obviously, Bitcoin SV, we just don't want to mention them. Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin 2. I think there's other ones as well. That's not been listed here, but I don't like that. I just don't. It shows a lack of intelligence, basically, I think. To me, it really does, and you're just riding on the coattails of on the fame of Bitcoin, and it doesn't show integrity either. For me anyway. Just my opinion. Mark Innes, hi Stephen the Brown Crew, good to see you here, buddy. Melvin Skidmore, Stephen Norwood, would that then make pun to the Rick Astley of crypto? Honest Crypto, the problem with PowerPiggy is that they have your coins, so we would have to give up the sovereignty of your digital assets. Exchanges have failed and people have lost all their assets. Risky. Yes, that's what I was talking about. Sure. Excuse me. So the fact that you have to keep it on the exchange, although they're going to put it into cold storage, you have to take their word for it and just say, okay, they're going to put it into cold storage. You have to take their word for it. And if you're hodling for a year as well, I wouldn't like to keep it on an exchange for a full year or even a month or something if you're hodling for it. I just wouldn't like to do it. So that was the kind of drawback from it. But I like the idea of it if we knew they were going to be really secure and if we trusted them more. What else? I've missed a couple of others. Antonio Medusa is in. Good morning to you. Mike Smith, what are your thoughts on ADA and Tron? Cardano, I think, is going to go up big time. Obviously, they're going to have to wait on... Shelley's a big thing for them. Obviously, proof of stake, everybody's been talking about it for a while. But Cardano is going to go up as well. There's no question that this is going to go up. There's no question it's going to go up 10x. I'm not saying this year. But with the fundamentals changing so fundamentally with Cardano, there's just no question in my mind that it's going to hit its all-time high, get to 10,000 10,000 Satoshi or higher, much higher than that. I just think it's one for the long term. You're just going to have to be patient, and I think it's one for accumulating. So you just buy in, and keep on accumulating that way, and dollar cost averaging in. I think that's the best way to deal with Cardano. And you don't look at the price, you just go, okay, the price is 1,000 Satoshi, and if it goes up to 1,900, you just go, okay, it's 1,900. And you just wait for the big gains. So you're waiting for 10,000 Satoshi for it, basically. Tron, TRX, BTC, I'm more talking about it from a TA point of view. They've got the support there at 300, or around about the 300. It's come back down to 418 after being up at 473. It was a crossover actually, that was on a daily. So it could bounce from here and go back up. So 417, so it looks as if it could bounce. See what's going to happen with BTT out as well. So yeah, that could bounce Tron from here. And hit the 500 level, that would be a psychological barrier just now as well. Once it gets through that, you're looking at 612, then you're looking at 818. So probably get up there. What Justin Sun does, the market, I've said this loads of times before, I don't like his kind of integrity of kind of putting other kind of projects down. Ethereum mainly, I just don't like that at all, and it just put me off big time. But his marketing style is very unconventional, but it works. The purpose of marketing is to get you attention, not necessarily good attention as well, because it makes all these kind of announcements, blah, 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 but it gets attention. It gets people talking. And I seen a tweet yesterday that about this buying this 4.6 million table with kind of Warren Buffett. How many news outlets reported on that? The mainstream news outlets reported on it. And I think it was in the millions of billions of people, their kind of circulation and the kind of who they kind of advertise that to effectively. Effectively is paid for a huge, like a Super Bowl campaign advertisement. That's what he's done with the media. So he's a savvy guy for marketing. He's a savvy guy. He just needs to mature a bit, I think, with regards to what he does and kind of what he puts out on Twitter and social media. Once he does that, it could, I don't know, it could be an amazing leader. At the moment, I don't see him as that, but I do see him as a very, very savvy marketer, Justin Sun. Excuse me. Mark Scott is in the house. Good morning to you. Devinder Singh, good morning from the UK. XRP to $10 eventually. Eventually, yep, probably just got in. What's this news about XRP? There's no news as of yet. It's just smoke just now, so there's no actual news. Donny Don Matthew, the bear, Riddler Monkeys, and a bunch of characters into XRP predictions are now out in full force. The moonshot news is boiling again. Yes. Now just see what eventually kind of transpires from this, but usually there is no smoke without fire, so something's brewing, something's coming up. Who's up? Zell, I think somebody asked me to look at Zell as well. Zell, BTC, what time are we on? 9:25, we're good. I've got the electrician coming in just after 9:30. Zell looks good. It looks good for the big jump actually. Zellica. There's something in my throat, sorry about that. Yeah, definitely Zellica looks good for the big jump here. I know it's kind of come out and it's had a big jump already of what, 40% from its bottom. Yeah, that looks good for kind of big jump if Bitcoin behaves itself. 7991. I'm just going to keep an eye on that. Okay, we've got loads of comments, so I do apologise, I'm not going to be able to get to all of them. Scottish Bull is in the house, G-Slick, Rowan Rocket is in, B, High Points Drifter. Is Bitcoin 2 a good coin? I wouldn't say so, I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. I've not even looked at it, if I'm being honest, but I just would not touch it. It just looks as if it's an exchange-driven pump and dump. I don't know. It looks as if it's exchange driven by Craigs24. Andreas is in. Mike Witherford, for a weekend trade, would you go with Matic 1 or carry on holding XRP? Or definitely carry on holding XRP just now. because XRP just blows. When it goes, it blows, and you just don't know when it's going to be. And it could be on a down curve when the 70 EMA has crossed over the 50 EMA. You think this is going down, and then suddenly it just upswings 100%, 200%. But having said that, I'm a trader, kind of at heart, and if I looked at it and I thought it was going to go down, I would. If I was going to get out of XRP and I thought it was going to go down, I would probably get into Matic, being honest. Carry on up the Kaiba says B. I'd stay well clear of Bitcoin too. Yeah, definitely. High points drifted, Bitcoin 007. Yeah. Litecoin is pumping hard. Yeah, Litecoin is going for it as well. Litecoin is looking good. I've said that it's going to go to $200 soon. And is it going for it? 113? Not quite 200, but a lot of people laugh when I said it's going to $100, but I've done it within a couple of weeks. It's going to go to $200 as well, there's no doubt. Steve, check out Chromia. I've seen that before. Actually, Chromia, I don't think is it on Chromia, because somebody had mentioned that before. Um, 234, I don't know what the circulating supply is. So somebody spoke about this, I can't remember who it was the other day. So markets, KuCoin, I like KuCoin. 16 minutes ago, thanks for your reset, comprehensive summary, recommended read for every. Right, okay, good. So I'm just going to, I'll share this link with you because somebody's posted something already. Okay, it's time to reveal the crypto project I've researched latest. Chromia, personal feeling about it's like ETH on steroids, disclaimer, do your own research. Right, so where's, I thought there was a kind of link. Alright, so they've got this, so I'll post this as well. I'm going to have a look at this as well. So somebody's researched this. So I'll post this kind of tweet link as well. What I like about the kind of internet, obviously, is a lot of people do the research for you, and then it gives you a guidepost to do more research. So Senti from Twitter has done some research on Chromia, and if Jimbo's looked at it as well, I would imagine it's a good one as well. Jimbo and the kind of crew. So well, Crypto Don Juan, when they look at it, I always pay attention. When Jimbo kind of recommends one, I always pay attention. PJ as well, Alex420 as well. And so people in the group, you tend to think, okay, always pay attention. And Mark as well. Mark Innes is just, he's been sending over some great ones as well. It's just jumped up big time. So thanks for that, Jimbo. Check into that. Get the beers in. Sunny in Glasgow. Yes. Tops off, beers out. You kind of get the Neds in, the kind of tops come off. Bernard Ronald is in the house. Hello to you. OC, thoughts? OC. Don't know OC. What's OC? Ocean Chain. Don't know it. Volume 13,000, way down from where it was. What was that, 175 Satoshi? It's now, what, 4 Satoshi? I don't know it, if I'm being honest, Ocean Chain. Have Cardano even got anything to show for years of being around? They're working on it. Aranco and Tron found over 1,000 critical errors. I would imagine you're going to find out with a lot of them projects. What do you mean you ran the code? I'd be interested to hear about that. Tim Gass, so you overslept and missed the show. But here's some more for you to know. Just sit back and while Bitcoin is low and smash the like before you go. A repo at Mervyn Skidmore. Gary Permenta, Deep Brain Chain is looking interesting. It does. That's been out for a while as well, but that does look interesting. 10 million market capitalization. It has been much higher than that. 547. So $500 million it was. That was back in January at the height of Bitcoin price. So I don't know what's happening there just now, but I researched that ages and ages ago. Steve, thoughts on the CYT Castle Party for 2020? That would be good. That would be good to have a Castle Party in 2020. 2019, I think we're going to end the year hopefully on a bang, and Bitcoin is going to be up to 20,000 again. And hopefully the alts that we've got in XRP and stuff and the trading that we're doing, we're going to be good, hopefully. I'm thinking 2019, 2000. So Castle Park, it could be on for 2020. Bring your own bottle, yes, definitely. Rob Fiddler, Morning Steve, just wonder if you know the best way of recording crypto tax losses to HMRC is. Depends if you're trading. So if you're trading every day, you're going to have to report in a different way. So I would use something like cryptocompare.com, and you can log all your trades that way, or one of the apps, log all your trades that way, and you're going to get charged 40% if you're trading. So you could go to your accountant and just kind of speak to him about it as well. But if you've been hodling, if you've been holding Bitcoin and say you're going to sell it, for example, and you sell it into cash, that's when to report it to the taxman. So until you sell, you don't need to report it. So all the trades that you're doing, if you've been trading for the last 4 years and you've not cashed out, then you don't need to report it, although they may change that as well. It's good to record it, but they may change that as well. So you just have to be careful. There's lots of different things, kind of little nuances that the taxman hasn't really came out with yet, especially in the UK, and same with all over the world. But the IRS have come out. They're coming out with something very, very soon as well, or they've just come out with it to give you more clarification on how the taxes are going to go with crypto. So UK done that as well a couple of months ago, but it's still not really clear. Playing out smoking the Zil camp, June 18th is the day to watch. Is that for the release date? Yeah. And that's not that far away. So it might lead up to that date and then kind of sell on the news. I love 0x. 0x is good. Zil is breaking out. Yep. Satoshi Sean. Of it was last I looked. Hyper Instructor Litecoin looks like a sure thing up till halving. Yeah, so it's halving in 2 months' time. We think about it that way. It's halving in 2 months' time. So it's going to go up to $200. Cheers, Steve. Hope all have a safe weekend. Cheers, B. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Satoshi Sean, who said Ocean Chain. LOL. But my arse, there's a Bitcoin Plus out. Scam. Yeah. Been watching that forever. Ocean Chain. I've not seen it at all, but somebody's obviously mentioned it and looked at it. Mervyn Skidmore account says keep a record, but only declare it if you cash out. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for your reply, Steve. My pleasure, Rob. Cheers, like RFR moving up as well. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because the electrician's coming just now. I'll leave it there just now, but have a brilliant weekend, whatever you're doing. I might do a news video if I get a chance. I always like to kind of keep you in the loop and do the kind of 20-minute short version of this in a news video. But we'll just jump back to BTC as down again, 7976. So it's hit 8,000, come back down again. Hopefully it kind of bounces back up and we see over 8,000. We need to stay over 8,000. And then onwards and upwards to 9,000 for the weekend. That would be nice. That would be really nice. Okay, until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes. The ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.